What's going on, guys? It's Kyle. Welcome to the Stock Goat YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to be covering the Sofi stock, and I'm going to be going over more information with the company on why I'm more bullish than ever. And I'm going to continue to stick to my price target within the next 12 months of $45. With the stock hovering right around $15 right now, that is implying a triple on your investment, guys. This is massive, massive gains inside of the stock market. These types of gains take almost 5 years with indexes. So you got to be happy if you end up pulling a triple on this one in 2022. Once again, I want to say I really appreciate all the support on the channel. The channel is growing really fast, and we have some really good investors, watching this channel. A lot of people are bullish on the company long term with the Sofi stock. But that does not mean we don't have major catalysts coming up in the short term, guys, because we do with that massive bank charter catalyst. And we're going to be taking a look into more in-depth analysis on the bank charter in this video. And also, I'll give you guys some price to sales comparisons on other technology companies that have went public in the last year. Once again, if you search the Sofi stock right now on YouTube, we are the #1 trending YouTube video on the Sofi stock. This is the video I put out last night on the new president that Sofi is hiring. So guys, if you don't have a YouTube account, be sure to make a YouTube account, and we will be keeping you updated on the Stock Go channel when all of the breaking news comes out with the Sofi stock. There's gonna be a lot of great information coming out. Let's get into the video. Once again, another strange day inside of the market. As we can see, the S&P 500 finished red, Dow finished red, NASDAQ barely green, Russell barely green, and we can see here Sofi Technologies finished up about 0.32% today and up very slightly in the after hours. We can see here the volume was pretty low today, around 16 million. I believe yesterday the volume was over 30 million because that big bullish article on the $28 price target from Missoula Bank, was pushed out on multiple websites. So that's why the volume really backed off, guys. But I'm telling you, with this bank charter catalyst, we could see volume over 100 to 150 million when that news goes out. And I'm going to go over in this video on what kind of upside I can see on the day that news breaks out. Once again, I'm not just making these videos up for the fun of it. I'm heavily invested in the Sofi stock. We can see right here I have almost $56,000 in market value, right around a $15 price average. If this company does pull back into the 14s, I will continue to buy this stock on weakness. And the past, 3 months that I've been making these videos, I've been telling people to buy at 17, 16, 15, 14, 13. These are all amazing buying opportunities, okay? You can't time the market. You just have to diamond hand through the volatility. And when you sit back and really look at that 1-year chart, this is what I continue to talk about the manipulation, when these companies go public. This is the loading phase for these big institutional investors and hedge funds. As you can see, this company has bottomed right around, $15 like 4 times. And these are the loading phases. And that's why we've seen institutional ownership jump from 5% to 40%. So in my personal opinion, I'm buying around 15. I will buy when it goes down to 14. And as you can see, guys, I'm heavily invested. And I want you to realize how cheap Sofi really is right now at a 12 billion market cap. When we look at other companies that just went public in the last year, such as a Snowflake, which is a technology company in the cloud sector, so not direct competitors to Sofi. It's just the point of valuation, on this company as an IPO. A lot of retail investors didn't have the opportunity to buy this one. And now we can see Snowflake is pushed up to $97 billion. For anybody new to the channel, what you need to understand is Sofi and Snowflake, they do the same exact revenue, guys. And understand, revenue is the most important thing about a company or a stock. Without revenue, there's nothing. Revenue is the fundamental basis of the company. And right now, Snowflake is doing neck and neck revenue with Sofi at a 97 billion market cap. Palantir, another technology company, in the cybersecurity, sector, not a direct competitor with Sofi, but it is in the tech sector is what I'm trying to get at. And I believe this was a direct listing, but this company has really beefed up its valuation, guys. The market cap is right around $55 billion on Palantir. So guys, when you take a look at companies like Snowflake and Palantir in the technology sector, and then you go over and look at Sofi, guys, on paper, as far as market value, we look tiny, 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 tiny. And the thing is, our revenue projections are right in line with these companies. I believe Palantir is more like $1.4 billion in revenue or 1.5, But guys, we are neck and neck with Snowflake and right behind Palantir. But guys, we are light years behind those two companies on valuation. That is why I'm telling you right now, this company is going to pull a triple faster than you believe. Our market cap should be much higher than 12 billion, more like the 30 to 40 billion dollar range. Guys, understand that Snowflake is the 87th largest company in the United States at that 97 billion market cap. Palantir is the 150 largest company in the US stock market at a 55 billion market cap. SoFi is the 578th largest company in the United States at a 12 billion market cap, with revenue right in line with these other massive technology companies. The reason why we are so low right now is because SoFi went the SPAC route. The SPAC route gives everybody an opportunity to buy in, at the same price, $10 per share. Company announcement, these big hedge fund institutions did not have the opportunity to load this company up, with that IPO route. The SPAC is an opportunity for the retail investors, and I'm telling you right now, Anthony Noto did this for you as a retail investor. He gave you an opportunity to buy in on the company as soon as they went public at an insane valuation compared to, large technology competitors. Guys, we're going to look at this price to sales multiple really quickly, guys. Snowflake right now is trading at a 97x sales on their $1 billion, 2021 revenue projections at 97 billion market cap. Palantir is trading at 30x sales on 1.5 billion revenue projection at a 56 billion market cap. And SoFi is trading at 12x sales on 1 billion in revenue. This is neck and neck with Palantir and Snowflake, and the growth is even higher than Palantir right now. We are trading at 12 billion market cap. We look like a penny stock compared to these massive big dogs inside of the market. It's crazy the valuation you're getting on this SPAC stock. You have to take advantage, guys. A $45 price target that I'm quoting would put us at 36x sales. This is still even lower than Palantir right now. And I'm implying this could happen over the next, 3-4 quarters of 12 months. It could happen much faster. 60% growth, 1 billion in revenue, guys. This would put us at 36 billion market cap. This is still not even close to Palantir or Snowflake's market caps, guys. I'm telling you right now, if you can find the right SPAC stock, the SPAC opportunity is just one of the most amazing opportunities for a retail investor to get in with the big dog hedge funds at the exact same time. All you have to do is hold through the volatility and diamond hands and let the company do its magic. Before we get into a more in-depth analysis on the bank charter, that could be coming at any moment, I want to go over one more thing. This is Anthony Noto, guys. This is the leader of SoFi, for the past 4 years, guys. This dude is a machine. Now, we know that he's been at SoFi for the past 3 years and 8 months, but I'm telling you right now, his connections prior to coming over to SoFi are starting to pay off. What I believe that's going to happen, guys, is I believe Goldman Sachs, where he just did that one-on-one interview with one of the leaders of Goldman Sachs, I forgot his name, because he was there for almost 9 years, as a managing director, and almost 4 years in co-head global investment banking for almost 4 years. I believe we're going to get a massive price target from Goldman Sachs after that one-on-one interview, and the gentleman he spoke with can now, understand, the long-term strategy on the SoFi stock, with the bank charter. I mean, we could be seeing, a price target over $30 to $35 happen, once that bank charter goes through. So I'm telling you right now, Goldman Sachs is backing up SoFi, guys, because Anthony Noto, he put in that work for them for 13 years, even though, Goldman Sachs is a bank, small competitor. I'm telling you right now, Anthony Noto's connections are going to pay off. And another thing right now, guys, you have to understand his NFL connections are, you don't understand how deep the NFL connection goes. He was there for 3 years, and I want you to watch a quick video on why Anthony Noto's, connections are really paying off drastically for the growth of SoFi in the short term. So we're going to watch this video from 2 years ago, guys. This was 2019. SoFi's Anthony Noto stadium naming rights will drive brand awareness. And I want you to listen to what the CNBC, analyst had to say, okay? This is like a 90-second video.
I mean, is there talk about the value of something like this practically?
I think so. And that Noto himself said, I needed to see the data. I needed to see the strategic value in this. And I think because the company is so young, if it were a public company or listed on the New York Stock Exchange, you might say, is it really worth it? SoFi is so young. It's only 8 years old. The contract is double the life cycle of the entire company, they're going to be doing this for 2 decades. So I think it really puts them on the map. And it's a pretty small portion of their actual marketing budget. He said 10%. So
just to go back to a conversation we were having during the break, it's not very often that you see stadiums come up for grabs like this. What was the competition like? And I guess, was there any kind of color on how he was able to cinch this deal?
it's true. He said there was a ton of competition. He didn't name names, but you're right. None of these stadiums don't come up that often. And this one particularly is one of the biggest. It's hosting the Super Bowl. It's hosting the Olympics. So he did say, yeah, there was some tough competition. He's also a former NFL executive, and he said, yeah, he mentioned Roger Goodell. He knows the guys at the NFL. So I think it's more about, yeah, there's plenty of companies that can actually foot the bill, but this one is young, it's tech focused. So I think they actually wanted sort of the SoFi millennial brand to bring that demographic in.
Guys, you just heard it there. The connections, they paid off. The competition was absolutely insane for the SoFi Stadium. Anthony Noto pulled it off. Roger Goodell connections, it doesn't get better than that. The NFL knows that SoFi is going to be a millennial global brand in the future, and they won that SoFi Stadium for the next 20 years, naming rights in the heart of LA. It does not get better than that, guys, and that's what I'm talking about with Anthony Noto. This guy's connections are unlimited. SoFi being a smaller company still beat out, massive competition. How much upside would a bank charter provide to the SoFi stock? In July 2020, SoFi applied for the national bank charter with the OCC and received conditional approval in October 2020. Understand that these preliminary approvals, they give the companies about 12 months to gather capital and get it raised. So we should be hearing something in the next couple of weeks on this bank charter approval, because we know that SoFi, has tons and tons of cash. And the CEO quoted in his earnings report that there is no other company better positioned to be approved for a bank charter right now. A national bank charter is important for SoFi's future plans of increasing its lending capabilities and lowering its cost of capital. At the same time, it would be easier for SoFi to follow regulatory compliance through GBP, Golden Pacific Bancorp, according to Sam Kilmer, a senior director at Cornerstone Advisors. It's basically just getting inside the club in an easier fashion than going about it the long, organic, legal startup way of proving yourself to a regulator. How a bank charter impacts earnings. In SoFi's investor presentation, it estimated that without a bank charter, its adjusted EBITDA base case would be about $254 million in 2022, but that it would be $447 million with a bank charter. The 76% jump in EBITDA due to bank charter is estimated due to the lower expected cost of capital, increasing lending growth. Similarly, the company has estimated the incremental EBITDA until 2025, and the cumulative incremental EBITDA comes out to around $1 billion to 2025. So there you go, guys. That bank charter is boosting EBITDA by 74%. That's how much, cost of capital is lowered with the bank charter. It's absolutely insane. They need this to go through for their overall plan to be executed. And as we can see here, we have 4 analysts covering the SoFi stock with a $24 price target. And if you minus that one extremely bearish price target of $16, this is more like, $27 to $28 price target. So right now, the potential upside is 58%. And I believe, with a bank charter, that specific day, we should see easily a 30 to 40% rip that day, guys. And I'm talking by the end of the day. We could see a 40% move on this type of news. I personally believe that, the big dogs have been accumulating at these low prices for as long as possible, why the, company does not have a lot of major catalysts. And, when that bank charter news goes through, we should see a lot of massive buys come in, specifically from big hedge fund institutions. I believe that's going to be their final loading day on the stock, where they load up big for the long term, and this stock could easily, surpass, $22 to $24 that specific day. And then we could see more major acquisitions come, because they're going to, eventually, redeem the warrants. And I'll go over to the warrants real quick, but understand, 57% upside right now at these price targets, with that one bearish price target in mind. So I typed in, SoFi cash after SPAC, and that's for, acquisitions, guys. Once this bank charter goes through, they can finally, start building up some acquisitions, potentially get options on the platform, a lot of good things. SoFi is in good value with $2.5 billion in cash after exercise of warrants. SoFi Technologies has tumbled since its close as Special Purpose Acquisition Corp and raised $1.9 billion in cash. SoFi stock peaked on June 8th at $23.89 after the merger. So guys, once those warrants, eventually get redeemed, this is gonna boost, SoFi's cash another, 500, million dollars. And understand the day that the warrants get redeemed, we should see a pullback on the SoFi stock, maybe around 3 to 4%. Definitely going to be a buying opportunity. I personally don't know if we're going to get bank charter news, before or after the warrants get redeemed. But all I know is you want to buy in on the warrants getting redeemed because that's going to give you, a 4% discount most likely. And to show you guys one more thing, remember those two companies we looked at the beginning of the video, Palantir and Snowflake? 4 to 10 times larger than SoFi right now with neck and neck revenue. Scroll down just a little bit, guys, and look at their cash on hand. Palantir right here has $2.3 billion in cash, on hand, from their last earnings report. And if we scroll down on Snowflake just a little bit, their cash on hand is about 698 million. So guys, we as a company, much, much smaller, are going to have more cash on hand than Palantir and Snowflake, companies way, way larger than us, on valuation and market cap. This is really good news for SoFi because it unlocks their potential, limitless potential on acquisitions that they can make with over $2 billion. If you made it to the end of the video, I want to say I really do appreciate it. I enjoyed doing this video for you. Understand that SoFi does not have a lot of massive news breaking out until that bank charter goes through, guys. So nobody knows the exact time frame. Just understand that when it happens, it's going to be big opportunity for the SoFi stock. And you have massive upside potential on these professional analyst price targets right now, comparing it to where the SoFi stock is at. And only if you feel this video gave you a better insight on the SoFi stock, be sure to subscribe to the channel. I'll be keeping you updated daily with all of the growth stocks and spec plays. There's going to be a lot of great information coming out. You don't want to miss it. My name is Kyle. I hope you have a great day.